Alright, today's video we are going to talk about Meta Essentias. Again, we've talked about this. We made a video before this Act 2 released for Heresy, but we're going to make another video because we've seen a lot of people say it's not that great of a farm, it's kind of meh. We've all seen a couple videos come out saying it's not that great either, and we're here to tell them they are completely wrong. We will react at the end of this video to one of those videos, but the first part of this video will be explaining how wrong they are, and this is why. So, a few things we've discovered from testing and playing since we released the video is you can do it on the normal version. So what I mean by normal is the Explore version that you can simply go the Lost City, and then it's this one right here. You can simply farm it here. We've discovered that you can get a whole bunch of these with just doing that, which then turn into these, but you can also get a whole bunch of sigil shards, which we didn't mention in the video because we already had 300, so we weren't really focused on that, but you can also get sigil shards from this. So as you see, I have 100 of these. I have 43 of these. These are good. If you're asking what these are good for simply this. As you see here, I have episodic weapon equipped. I got nothing here, and it's got it active. So if I remove this real quick so I can show off what it is. These are for any weapons or armor. As you see, there's a whole bunch of options here, but we're going to use the episode weapons because that's the best example. If you have a scripture already, like I do for the bow here, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you don't, as you see here, it costs 100 sigil shards to get a scripture for this, which sucks. But it's not that big of a deal. 300, that's 3 sets you can do. And that's nice, you know. You're thinking, oh, maybe only 3 weapons, but no. So we'll talk about that in a second. So as you see here, it costs 5 if I do a weapon specific. If I don't do weapon specific, it costs 2 for Essence of Desire. So it's not that much, you know, it's barely anything. In a sense, it's easy to get, especially if this cheese, a whole bunch of Essence of Desire, so it's okay. Now, if you have 300 of the sigil shards, and you focus one of these, that's 3 of them you can focus. If you have 300, I just you have 200, so that's 2 sets of 4, because that's what you don't realize, if you don't realize, is Tomb of Want gives you a total of 4. So as you see here, I'm just going to do a normal one. That's test 2, just to show it off. As you see here, it says active ritual charges 4. That is 4 weapons. It's completely random because I didn't focus it, but you can focus it. I just didn't. It gives me 4 sets of weapons per 2. If you do the specific weapons, which cost 5 as you saw, if I was to erase this and do another one, do 5, that's 15 of the material I need. If I have 300 of the sigil shards. So 300, that's sets of 5. That's 3 sets of 5. That is 15. You need 15 of Essence of Desires. And you get a total of 12 weapons. Because that's 3 of them. 4, 8, 12. As long as you've completed the entire Act 1 quest, you get 4 weapon chargers. That's how it works. Well, you have to go and do like a little thing inside the nether at one of the spots, and it gives you, then once you get it, it allows you to get an extra one from 3 to 4, so you get 12 total now. But even if you don't, you know, that's still, you minus the 1 from each, you know, you do the math, it's fine. It's pretty simple. Still get a lot. So pretty easy to do. Pretty easy to get a loot for. If you want to do the adepts like me, you know, you'll farm the adept activity, but I do have these running constantly, simply because if I can get a normal god roll, perfect roll of what I want, you know, then I can test it out, see if I like it, so I know if it's worth still farming for the adept for it specifically. But also just so, you know, I can make a video on it if I get lucky, which my RNG's been shit on both fronts, so it's very hard out here sometimes. But now we're going to talk about why people are wrong about this. So a few things to note is if you're on console or PC, there are some differences. If you're on old gen console, it takes a little longer to load in. If you're on PC, it's quicker than anything. Even low-end PCs are usually quicker than even the new gen consoles. There are a few exceptions, but most of the time, if you've got a PC that can run a game, it's usually going to load you in a lot quicker than even the newest consoles do. But sometimes that's not true, but most of the time it's true. So, as you see here, we load it in. We go to the thing here. We look at this. Make sure you have Prosperity Rune on, which gives you sigil shards when you pick up material. Make sure you have Essentia Rune on, which gives you the chance of the material staying, which is not a chance, it's actually guaranteed, which is where it's wrong right now. But, as you see here, we have the material. Make sure you have a Ghost Shell on with Longbow detector so you can see them. Make sure it's a 50-meter one. You pick it up. Now, normally, you'd go to orbit. No. Bad. Whether on new gen console, old gen console, or PC, don't do that. Go here, go to Nether Explorer, hit launch again. I died in the background, you probably heard it, doesn't matter. As you see, it works. Now, the reason you do this is because you actually bypass an extra loading screen. When you load out of an activity to orbit, there is a orbit loading screen, technically. A lot of people might not understand that. I'm not going to be able to explain it well because I don't fully understand the concept of explaining it well. I understand what it is, I just don't know how to explain it well. But as you see, it loads me in a lot quicker. I skip an extra loading screen because you're not actually going to orbit, you're relaunching the activity. As you see here, I simply go here, click this, go here, and this is, again, I'm on controller. I'm on PC, but I'm on controller, just to show controller how quick it is as well. We'll load in again. By skipping that extra loadout screen / loading in screen when you come from orbit or go to orbit, by skipping it, you load in a lot quicker. And this is included in all consoles from old gen and new to PC. This was a thing in old gen consoles when Destiny 2 was only on consoles. It was a thing then, it's a thing now, it still works. If you don't believe me, just time in the loads in and out and you'll see there's a thing. I don't know what it's actually called. I call it the orbit load in. I don't actually know what it's called. But yeah, you can just bypass it entirely. So as you see here, we've got one unfortunately a little far, so it takes a little longer. Sometimes your RNG is bad, sometimes it's good. It's just, well, RNG. What can you say? As we see, there's one right here, which we are going to go for. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And we pick it up, and now we just launch it again. And as simple as that, this shaves off several seconds to a decent bit of time, depending on your thing. Shoves off a decent bit of time extra off your thing, just so you don't have to do all the extra work. Now, another way you could do it is if you have a friend that's on the same device as you, so either Xbox, new gen Xbox, new gen, old gen Xbox, or PC, or PlayStation, new gen PlayStation. If you have it set up like that, a partner of that, they can actually do the launch screen while you go and find the thing. So the moment you pick it up, they launch it, which saves even a few more seconds of time. As long as, you know, internet and stuff ain't F between you two, it will be quicker. There are some exceptions. There's always exceptions to the rule, you know. But as a whole, a lot quicker. You shave off a few seconds. Not only do you get sigil shards, you get these. Simple as that. So we're going to show again that what you do with these, you simply go to the flat, which is right here. You go to the last city, which is Eris's flat. You go here. I'll show where you dunk them again, just to make sure everyone's aware of it. But as a whole, this is a way faster farm than you realize. And the reason I say that, if you go and do a normal one, the average for another Explore normal for people, the average is around 20 minutes. It's a little over 20 minutes, but it's about 20 minutes for a full run, on average. So if you count the 20 minutes, if it's going in and out with 1 minute, we're going to put it at 1 minute for everyone. It could be a little longer, it could be a little less, depending on the person, the internet, different things. But it's about a minute. So a minute and 20 minutes, if you do it in 20 minutes, that's a minute, 1 per minute, which is 20 of the material, the Meta Essentia. Whereas if you do a full run, you only get 9 of the material guaranteed. You get 1 and 1 from the first area. There's 2 in each area. The first ones give you 1 and 1. The second area gives you 1 and 2. When you pick up the second one, it'll give you 2. Sometimes it gives you 2, but it's very rare, which can cause you to have 10. But again, pretty rare. And then the third area gives you 2 and 2 for each pickup. So that's a total of 9 to 10 you can get. So in that logic, 20 minutes you're getting 9 to 10, whereas in 20 minutes my way you get 20 of these. As you see here, this is where you come to put the material in, the meta-sized essentia. You put it here, and it will give you this. As you see, I'm going to put some in just to show it off. Boom. Give it a second. Boom. As you see, I got 9 because obviously I was 50 is the max. I was at 41. So as you see, I also got a scripture. You get scriptures from these too. So yeah, this is an insanely good farm. Insanely good. You just have to be doing it efficiently and smart. You shave off a lot of time by simply clicking Nether, Explore, and Launch. And then when you load in, if you have a teammate that can launch it right away once you get the material, they set this up, you get the material, they launch it. Or if you're doing it solo, just launch it this way too. It saves a lot of extra time, makes it way quicker. Now we're going to talk about why we're making this video. Because there's been a couple videos, but there's also been a lot of people talking about it in different comments, different places, different groups of Discord and other things, talking about how it doesn't seem to be that great, and this is one of them. There's no hate to this 360 gaming TV guy, or game TV guy. It's no hate to him. He's good guides, usually good stuff, but he is wrong about this one completely. So a weird farm strategy. There's a weird farm strategy from Meta Essentia. Not good, not bad. This is where you're wrong. It's extremely good, as we found out from timing. Activate this rune in slabs in your rune enhancement screen, which they show off. It's the third one, like always. You set it up, start another solar explore mode, and try to find quickly as possible as meta-sized as possibly. Okay, that's horrible English, but it's fine. Typo, we get it. So you just try to find it as fast as you can. Sometimes you're unlucky and it's far, and sometimes you're lucky and it's close. It's just RNG. You obviously should be using an eager-edged sword or at least some sort of movement tech. There's quite a few ways of movement tech. If you don't know how to movement tech, look up a video online. There's 1,000 different ways of movement tech in this game. And that's sort of a meme, but it's sort of true as well. There's a lot of different ways of movement tech, so look it up. Well, as you see, he's running around. He found it. He's looking for it. He got it, finally. He's going to pick it up. He took the long way. He could have gone through the middle there and made it a little quicker. Shaved a few seconds off, but that's fine. And he picks it up. As you see, you collect it. He says immediately go back to orbit, which is, as we showed, which is wrong. You can just relaunch the activity, which saves time in the long run. He does mention, luckily, that it works only with one. Don't grab two, just grab one. If you grab two, it's a waste of your time. Just grab one. You're always going to get one. The strategy is not really good, but also not really bad. If you're a solo and need some of them, why not? You get roughly one per minute. Depends on your system loading time. As he says there, it is roughly about a minute. And as we showed, yeah, it's really dumb to go do a full run in 20 minutes. If 3 people or solo could be longer or the same depending on your skill, why would you waste your time when you could do this farm, get a whole bunch, and then you can just go farm the expert version of stuff to maybe get an adept, but then also be farming normal ones too. I'm just saying, there's no hate to this guy, no one go hate him. I'm just saying he is completely wrong about this, and every other comment I've read everywhere else, from Reddit to Discord to other places, you're wrong about this. Y'all ain't doing the math properly. And we have already done the testing with people that are on old gen, as well as people that are on new gen consoles, as well as people that are on PC, obviously like myself. And from different perspectives, we know for a fact this farm is insanely useful, insanely good, and you should farm it before Bungie patches it, because it is a glitch. They will patch it at some point, so you should just get to the farm. It will allow you to farm more weapons in a shorter amount of time by just doing the simple farm for 20 minutes. Just 20 minutes, and you get a fuck ton more weapons in the long run. It's worth it. Anyways, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Apologize for rambling, but I just had to make sure the point got across. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment what you think. Thanks for watching. We out. Adios.